Heyo! Welcome to another episode of the Best Friends Discuss podcast. I'm your host, Mike, with my co-host.
Brad,
Alrighty, Rue.
bring in the energy today.
This isn't your show, man. Okay?
Well, then step up your game.
That's stepping up our game. Look at that. Look at that. Aren't we smart? Omega, kindly fuck off. For sure. Get the fuck out of here. All right. Hi, Brad.
Hi, Mike.
How are you?
Good now.
No, it's good in you.
No, it's not.
Anyway, hi, Brad. Brad, we are gonna do the 5th episode of On a Streak, and if you remember, the last episode,
I fucked you over.
you boned me. You boned me hard. The last episode, the theme was movies I also have not seen that I had to convince you to watch. And weirdly enough, I have not seen those movies. So, but hey, as a Christmas present, last Christmas, I gave you one of the movies on the list. And you know what you did? You said, "What's this?" So
It left such an impression.
yeah, well, I was hoping it did. It was Predestination, the Ethan Hawke time travel movie that you just shit right on. So, I mean, whatever. Fine, whatever. Merry Christmas, asshole. Hey, Omega, kindly fuck off. Get out of here. You know what, Omega? I hate you with a special passion.
Oh, but he loves you.
But also, I do love you. Oh my God, look how close he is to my face. Anyway, so that was the last episode. That was episode 4. And all right. You're cramming my style, man. But we're doing the 5th episode. We have it themed. But before we get into that, we have a sponsor. And that sponsor is us. Brad, tell them about the sponsor. Tell them about that nice sweatshirt hoodie you are wearing.
My God.
And also, I am also wearing, but you can't see because I'm behind the IMDb page. So, yeah. Anyway, Brad.
Omega.
Brad.
It's like you get no attention here.
You don't.
So
You work
we
too
have
much.
some great merch here.
Uh-huh.
We have the Heyo sweatshirt.
Heyo.
Heyo. A few other things on there. We have just our regular Best Friends Discuss t-shirts and the Sexual Tyrannosaurus Rex sweatshirts and shirts.
Mm-hmm.
On teespring.com/bestfriendsdiscuss.
Yep. I believe that's the website. Thank you for sponsoring us.
It's the only way you pay me.
Thank you for sponsoring us. Us. A little bit cheeky. I really hate how my glasses reflect the light. I need non-reflective glasses. But anyway, so with all the oh my gosh, shut up. Without further ado, we'll just get into it. The theme is Netflix original movies. That's the theme that I chose for this one. And the reason we're doing this now is you told me that you watch a lot of Netflix original movies. And I panicked and told you to stop watching any Netflix movies. And that I was coming over today and we would do this so then you could watch Netflix
By the
movies.
way, I don't feel like this first one is one you should have been able to pick.
Why?
Because you brought this one up and said that we both should watch this together.
Oh.
So I have on purpose not watched this.
Oh.
So I feel like
So,
you
okay.
stacked the deck here.
Okay, first of all, I don't remember that as a conversation. I remember I watched it and I told you should watch it because I think you would find it interesting. So without further ado, the first movie I selected for us is The Trial of the Chicago 7.
Well, you got the first point. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, hey, let's not jump to conclusions yet. So this is This is a Netflix original movie. It just came out in October, December, something like that. Or not December, October or November. Yeah. Um, and this, the reason I picked this one is because it's actually kind of pertinent of what's happening, nowadays. But also, it's directed by Aaron Sorkin, who was the writer and director or producer, creator, or whatever of West Wing,
Yeah.
a show you and I very much like. And so that's the reason I picked this. I'm sorry, I don't remember that conversation. And that might be my bad, but you know what? Oh well. So it's a story about 7 people who are standing trial because they went to the Democratic National Convention and incited a riot, and they were charged federally because um, uh, they went to Chicago to incite the riot. Nothing else but that. So yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just watch the trailer. There's nothing major to say about this. It has Eddie Redmayne. How would you say that name?
Redmayne.
Oh, so like a normal person.
Yeah.
Cool. It also has Sasha How would you say that name?
Shithead.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm guessing you're not a fan.
Not a huge fan, honestly.
Is that because of Borat or because of just you don't like him as a person? Is it because he's dating or is married to Isla Fisher? You don't know who that
I
is.
don't know who that is.
Okay, cool. Good talk. You know, in Wedding Crashers, she plays the redhead who is trying to get freaky with Vince Vaughn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Isla Fisher. All right, let's go ahead and play the trailer.
Chicago.
Chicago. Sponsored by water.
Gage isn't here. Just ignore him. It's better that way.
I think he's eating styrofoam. Your dog is a genius.
You know what's really amazing? They didn't even need to do any shots for the protest. They just used real life.
Netflix actually saved a bunch of money on on this movie.
Law and Order, actually.
Bum, bum, bum. Copyright strike. Duh, duh. My name's not Dick Wolf. Oh, you know what we forgot to do there, Brad? Way to go. We didn't flip this.
I don't give a shit.
You don't want to flip it?
Nah, we're good.
Okay. All right, so that's the trailer. What are your thoughts there, Brad? Boo Radley, if I may?
I mean, it looks interesting.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What interests you about it? Just like the time period of it being of when it was set, just the story alone. What is interesting to you?
I mean, you know me. I'm a pretty big fan of anything that has to do like politically and stuff like that. So I'm all for watching trials and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's right up my alley. And with everything going on right now, it's like pertinent. So it kind of gives you some backstory on some of the thoughts that led up to what we're on now.
Exactly. Yeah. Because like one of the shows like Watchmen, show I brought up to you that I wanted your take on, because it is very much kind of like a Simpsons episode. Like they predicted the future. And that's what like Watchmen was. Like it kind of predicted some of the stuff that is happening between some of the riots that are currently happening.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the squids falling from the sky.
Oh yeah, no, that's I hear that's a February thing. That next February is supposed to do that.
2021 is going to be way worse than 2020, folks.
Yeah, strap in. Don't strap on, but strap in. But yeah, so it's the same kind of principle with this movie. Is that I was very interested in the trial itself, and also like how like it almost seemed like it was all like the trial was rigged from the beginning. Like no matter what.
Oh yeah, you can't go against the machine.
Yeah, basically. And you kind of saw in the trailer, you know, them you know, not letting Mr. Seeley, the black individual, talk. He's not part of that group, blah blah blah, this and that. He doesn't have his lawyer. Oh well, I figure you were getting represented by the Black Panthers, so yeah, whatever. And it just really shows that you know, the government had such a tight noose around that trial. But the reason I wanted to watch it, the reason I told you to watch it, was basically because of the riots happening. Of, do you think that people will start getting a trial off of it, and will they be grouped in kind of like the Chicago 7 kind of thing? So yeah. Overall, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it looks interesting. I'd watch it.
Oh, so you would watch it?
I would watch it.
Hot damn. Also, I probably forgot to mention that currently my streak is 1, but oh shit, that was the mouse. I don't want to talk about it. Omega, stop looking at it. You're not gonna eat it. It's not styrofoam, you fucking dog. Probably because past night screwed you over in watching in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my next movie is called The Midnight Sky. It has George Clooney. Are you a big George Clooney person?
Okay. Question.
Uh-huh.
Is this even out, or are you trying to pick movies that aren't even out yet? Because that says December 23rd. Are you completely rigging this so you can't lose?
Okay, first of all, no, I'm not. This is the only one that is currently not out. It's actually set to release soon. But this is the only one that is like that. But the reason I picked it was I was on Facebook and Netflix showed up and showed me the trailer. I watched it and I had some interesting thoughts on it.
Okay.
That,
Question.
that was not the main reason I picked the trailer. though.
Sure, it wasn't. I believe you.
No, that's everything else is currently out. So
Do you know if Songbird is a Netflix movie?
I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. You want to look? We
We
could
can
look.
after this.
Okay, after this. No, I don't think it is.
Stay on track, Mike.
Are you? Is that a movie you're interested in?
I am, but just for it's. I'm hoping it's such a shitty movie that like it's cringe porn. That's kind of what I'm hoping for.
All right. Okay. It's a weird way to put it, but so
bad it's good, you know.
oh, I know. So this movie is called The Midnight Sky. It has George Clooney, and it's set in a post-apocalyptic not America world where basically everything is snowed over.
So it's almost like the day after tomorrow.
So kind of. So actually, the way I would put this movie
It's
is
the sequel.
like yeah, right. Except for that's Dennis Quaid, not George Clooney.
Well, that's why it's a sequel. Dennis Quaid's dead.
Oh no, I don't want Dennis Quaid to be dead. He's amazing. So watching the trailer, I would say it's almost like reverse Martian.
Okay.
So basically, George Clooney plays a person. Oh, it's even directed by George Clooney. Looky there. It's George Clooney is at one of like the satellite stations.
Okay.
And he is communicating with basically the International Space Station. I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's the International Space Station. And he's relaying back to them information. I don't know what information they're relaying back, but basically
It's
like
really cold.
basically it's really cold and that all life is pretty much screwed. But yeah, but they are actually coming home soon, I believe. Excuse me. So yeah, that's basically it. That's kind of what I got from the whole thing.
The trailer.
Yeah. But yeah, it has a pretty all right crew. George Clooney, Felicity Jones, David Olio.
You screwed up Sacha Baron Cohen. You probably shouldn't even try that.
His name's David. Heck, I think I want to check real quick. I think. Oh no, that's not. He was in a really good movie. The Gringo. I think. Hold on. I want to just look. Yeah, Gringo. That one was a pretty fun one. Anyway, but yeah, so God, what is your phone? My phone? Jeez. So, but anyway, we'll just play the trailer here. Was it Ego Kurt Russell from Guardians 2? It's like Stitch 2 glitch. Stitch has a glitch. Do you think that was ice? Or asteroids?
Maybe they were icy asteroids.
Ooh. Never ever seen before.
He really needs to shave.
Kind of like how I need to shave.
Yeah. No.
All right, Boo Radley. Can I call you Boo Radley? Okay, we could just stop the small talk. What are your thoughts?
I feel like it's gonna be a shitty movie.
You think it's gonna be a
I
shitty
feel
movie?
like it's gonna be a shitty movie.
Why is that?
So I feel like
Is it the
movies like this, they're
5.2
they're-
on IMDb.
I mean,
it's not
that's
even
part
out.
of it. It's not even out. It looks like they're trying to do two things, like split their resources. So you have like a story of like something going wrong in space, which you have tons of movies like that. But then it's also post-apocalyptic, so you have tons of movies like that. So they're trying to like split it between the two, and I feel like it's going to take away from the story just in general. Where if they just focus on one, it would be different.
Okay.
But and it partially looks like they're just trying to screw over one just to make it look like there's an actual problem. Like just looking at that, like especially like you look at the picture there and it's like, all right, so maybe it's a thing about a lonely scientist in Arctic, in the Arctic who's trying to like get off the planet or whatever else. But then it's the space station that has so many issues that they may not be able to. It just seems like they're going to be adding shit just to make extra trouble when there possibly couldn't be any. I don't know.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you more afraid of the sea or of space?
Well, probably the sea because
You'll never be going into space?
probably not.
Well, how often do you go into the sea?
A lot more often
Than
than I
the
go into the
space, yeah.
space. So.
Let's say you go into space though. If you were in space, would you rather be in the sea? And if you were in the sea, would you rather be in space? Or if you were in the sea, you would be like, I'd rather be in the sea. It's less fucking dangerous.
I think I'd rather be in space, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know if I'd choose that as my way to die.
Oh no. Nah, no. So this movie kind of reminds me of several different movies. It reminds me of The Martian, like Reverse Martian, where it's people from space coming back to Earth, but also it's not obviously not set on Mars. But instead what it is instead of Mars with it being, a dry tundra, it is instead a snowy tundra.
Yeah.
I don't know if tundra is the right word to
Yep.
put with sandy, but
Yes.
that's what I did. Ooh, everybody's saying you beat your dog up on camera.
He can take it. He's huge.
Yeah, he's a fucking dog.
He's a horse.
Horse, yeah.
I mean, he is a dog.
But
he's
it
also
kind
a
of
horse.
reminds me of Gravity, which it also has George Clooney in it, by the way. And
That's
then
probably where he got the idea for this movie, was after doing that role, and he's like, it'd be a great idea.
I mean, it's based off of a book. But it also kind of reminds me of the Cloverfield paradox. A little bit.
It doesn't. Not to me.
Well, the space stuff.
Passenger. More than Cloverfield.
I have not seen Passenger. Remember, that's a movie I haven't seen yet. But okay, yeah, I could see it from like the trailers and what I know of Passenger. But yeah, so
Because Cloverfield, just having that name in there alone, I'm just like, there's not enough freaky shit in that trailer to
Right.
like give me that correlation where Passengers, that's more of a just like Oh, just shit going wrong in space.
Well, that's why I said paradox, was because of the fact of like of the spaceship. Like they're up in space, they're trying to test stuff, they're trying to, eventually come home. That's more of like
Yeah.
what like a group of people on a space station. So, but overall, I'm interested in this movie. I wouldn't say that I'm like over the top interested in this movie, but like it's probably something I'll eventually watch. Um, but other than that, I'm not fully excited for it. But it was just a movie that I thought I would shed some light on.
Yeah.
So, Brad, have you seen this movie?
No, since it hasn't even come out yet.
Weird.
Weird.
And would you watch this movie?
Absolutely. I love shitty Netflix movies. That's like the reason I watch all of like Netflix originals, especially anything. As soon as I saw like post-apocalyptic, I was like, booyah, I'm in. I watch every single one of like the weird alien space or apocalyptic Netflix movies. Like all of them.
I hope you know how surprised I am. Like when you were like, this looks bad. This looks terrible. And I'm just like, oh god, yeah.
I love bad space movies. Though.
Right. No, I got you. But I was
There's
waiting
a
for
reason
you.
I watched The Titan. Okay.
Yeah, I was
Shut
just
up.
waiting for you. Sam Worthington, you're my boy. Not really though, because Avatar was eh. But yeah, I was actually fully expecting you to say no to this. That's why I put it on the forefront. Huh. All right. So you would watch it.
Oh, absolutely.
That's good to hear. Maybe that's a movie we could talk about later. So that's cool.
It's also another reason why I asked you about like Songbird.
I kind of know what Songbird is, but it's not. It hasn't been on my radar. So now I'm
pretty sure it's called Songbird.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think it's a Stars show, but anyway. So I'm on a streak of 3.
Yeah,
now.
you sure are.
So cool. That's actually surprising. Now I'm kind of worried about this one. So Brad, this movie is called Apostle, and it's set in 1905, right? Is that the best way to say that? Don't hate me, Brad. Listen, we're an international podcast. I'm saying "ought" like they do in England. Psst,
Yeah,
Brad,
well,
do they say that in England?
I'm pretty sure not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. So yeah, it's set in 1905, and basically, the main character, Dan Stevens, is going to an island to save his sister that was kidnapped by a religious cult. And the head of the religious cult is none other than why is his name so far down? What the fuck? Why are you not even listed, my friend? It's hold on. Shit, what's his name? Fuck. It's Michael Sheen. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, you know who Michael Sheen is. So Michael Sheen is the head of this cult. And they basically kidnap this guy's sister and hold her ransom for money to basically buy stuff for the island. And then they like send him an invitation to the island that is like specially marked. And this Dan Stevens character is very clever. He's a very clever boy. He sees that the person in front of him doesn't have the same mark on his little ticket, and so he stealthily switches the cards around, and the guy who he switched with then gets fucking beat up and is actually killed, I think. So yeah. So what I would say about this movie is it has a very much a Stephen King feel to it. teen feel to it. Did I say that right?
No.
Fuck.
Do you ever?
No.
Okay.
King. How about that time? Better?
You're good. It's
Okay.
better. It's better.
So anyway, it has that kind of feel to it. Plus like Children of the Corn or whatever, because it's a cult kind of thing. But it actually has some weird fucking mystical shit happening. Basically, Michael Sheen's character and two other people that were like, I think they were prisoners on a ship that got shipwrecked. And then they like wound up on this island, and they were like, we're gonna make this our home. And they then found this weird lady on the island who is part of the island, and they realized what they could do is capture her and basically have like a good harvest and good bounty and make the livestock fuck and produce younglings and stuff like that, right? Don't tell Anakin. Little Star Wars humor. But anyway, so Dan Stevens basically infiltrates this cult, and there's some weird mystical religious shit happening. Dan Stevens' character was actually he was very religious, and he actually, you find out through the story that he was actually marked by
God.
no,
Shit.
I'm trying to think if it was Indians or if it was uh like Asian people. No. It was like Japanese people because he went on a mission to take Christianity over there, and he got captured and was actually burnt, and so he has like a scar of a cross on his
branded.
back. Yeah, he was branded. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. But this movie has actually been on my radar for a while. I was very interested in it. And I really like Dan Stevens. I think he's a great great actor. Yeah, there he is. And I wish he was in more things. I think he's a great actor. So is Michael Sheen. Michael Sheen is just top notch. And you know what? It also has the actress. I can't remember her name. Nope, that's not the one. It has the actress who plays Mary Austin, Freddie Mercury's girlfriend slash fiance in Bohemian Rhapsody. It was her in this movie. I was like, oh, hey, looky there. There is a very interesting scene. There's a real dickhead in this movie. That
Well, he's going to a cult. I'm sure there's a lot of dickheads.
well,
in this
so
movie.
this guy specifically, he has a daughter, and his daughter got pregnant by the other person that like founded the island. His son fornicated with this lady, and they were gonna run away. The dad found out, and so then the dad basically beat the shit out of her and like cut her up, and then the boyfriend stumbles upon that, and do you fucking mind, Omega? You know what? With these great mics, that's not getting picked up, but I hear it, and I don't want to hear it. This movie would have been way better with Thomas the Choo Choo Train.
All movies would be better with Thomas the Train.
That's her. We have to find him. There's a weird thing where they like pee in a jar or something like that and leave it outside the doorstep. It's weird. I was trying. Oh, there's those table clamps. That's the boy. That was a cool scene. Look at that thing. That. Branding. That part was really cool too. I gotta say, so I nope, shush, nope.
Oh,
Oh, I'm messing up. I'm messing up.
God.
Oh my god. Fixed it.
Really? But did you?
Shut up. If we don't mention it, it will go away. Anyway, so the you kind of briefly saw him, but there was this guy with his like shirt off with like branches for a mask. That guy was fucking creepy. But anyway,
The whole movie looks like it's just meant to be creepy.
yeah, it does a really good job of that.
It looks like it's supposed to be Saw in 1905. Is that how you say it?
No, why would I say it that way? You sound stupid.
You're bang out of order, sir.
I mean, shut up, Omega. Anyway, yeah, like there isn't very much jump scares though. It's more. I think it's more of like that, like just imagery slash.
That's why I said Saw. Saw doesn't really have a bunch of jump scares.
Right, but it has more gore. This one doesn't have nearly as much gore. There was a part where this guy
Where they drill into his skull.
well, yeah. You know what, Brad? Whatever can help you sleep at night, I guess. But so what do you think, other than the 1905 Saw movie? Any other thoughts?
I mean, honestly, it's not a movie I'd really get into.
Why?
It doesn't look like my type of movie.
Why?
Honestly, when I first started, I was like, I'm getting Wicker Man vibes. Like that was the first thing that came to mind.
I'll tell you this: it's not Wicker Man. It's definitely not Wicker Man.
But yeah, no, I just the in general time period, and I really give two craps about Colts unless it's mine.
I was about to say you don't want to watch this and take pointers. Like what do you mean? Like this is like it's about religion. You're a fairly religious person, and it's about a cult, which you want to start a cult. So I mean,
That's because I like to control people.
then why not watch this to get pointers? I mean, there's literally like two things you should watch to start a cult. This and also Jonestown. All right, those are the two things. And maybe, you know what, a third one, maybe a Dahmer one. Or you know what, fourth one, all of the Disney movies.
Especially Lilo and Stitch.
Especially Ratatouille. You literally have a mouse controlling a man. If that's not cold. And at the end, there's a bunch more mice.
Mouses?
that
Mises?
show up Mises that show up. So anyway, so have you seen this movie?
No,
Would you watch this movie?
probably not.
Okay.
Just in general, I probably wouldn't.
Okay. Damn. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Fuck. So I'm back to 0.
You should have finished out with the space movies.
Well, I didn't know that, and honestly, I thought you would say no to that one. So, but that's fair. I did really like this movie though. I watched another Dan Stevens movie on Netflix. That will be another future episode. But anyway, so that's a no.
The next one.
The next one, this one.
Platform. A 9 3/4.
Get your stupid Harry Potter weeb shit out of here. What is a weeb? I don't even know. So yeah, this is Platform, and this is my foreign film that is on Netflix. And
Damn foreign films.
what? I try to get one every time. So this is Platform, and it's on Netflix, obviously, and it's actually very well. No, get the fuck out of here. It's actually kind of interesting. So basically, it's a vertical prison that has a 2 people on every floor, and every month they gas the room to knock everybody out, and then they move them into a different floor. Why, you may ask, is there's a platform that goes through the center all the way down with a bunch of crafted food on there. And obviously, on the first floor, they get all the pickings. They nothing, everything's untouched and everything like that. And then it keeps going down and down and down. So if you start on the earlier floors, you're more likely to eat.
Get the good food.
Yeah, get the good food. Get nothing that is touched, and everything like that. And so, but if you're on like the 117, then you're basically just starving, looking
Every
for
day
scraps.
Goes down?
Every day it goes down. Every day throughout the month it goes down. And so,
how does the people on the last floor just not die every day?
that's actually one of the things is that everything needs to go back onto the table. So if you take an apple for later, the room heats up and will cook you if you don't return it. So it actually punishes you for taking the food. So you need to eat when it's coming down. People have turned to cannibalism in this.
Well, yeah, the bottom floors have no food.
Right. So one of the things is not only is the people in here they're volunteering, or it's a prison sentence, and that's a way they can serve out their prison or imprisonment. But if you're volunteering, you get to choose one item to take into the platform areas.
Why would you volunteer?
I think the catch is like they'll give you something that you like desire. So one of the things was like, one character I think just wanted what was it? Wanted like a scholarship, or get paid for his schooling, or all of his schooling is paid. Another one just wanted a knife. It has a story based.
The more you explain this, the more I'm just getting turned off on this movie.
So okay, the knife part of it. So the main character, I can't remember his deal, other than I think it was something to do with college, or maybe he just like was bored with his life and just wanted to get in, and I think he's getting money out of it. The whole knife knife thing is actually part of the story. So the main character's cellmate was talking of why he's in this place, and basically he killed a man using a knife that was on like a TV commercial where it's like it could chop anything, and so he bought the knife and then killed somebody with it, and then with with buying that knife, they came out with like the super deluxe version of that knife that is supposed to be even better than the old one, and so uh, they for killing that man, they moved him into but whatever. You're just uncultured.
Yeah.
So I'm still on a streak of 0 then. So that's great. So this next movie, again, I really enjoyed this movie. I watched it recently, and this was probably another one of the movies that I put on a higher caliber. But it's called the Red Sea Diving Resort, and it's about it has Chris Evans in it. It has Greg Kinnear, Ben Kingsley, one of my favorite underrated actors, Michael Kenneth Williams. I don't know if you would recognize him. Do you kind of recognize that guy?
No.
Okay. So he has a giant scar down his face. If you watch any HBO show, he is probably... Will you, Omega, kindly fuck off? Thank you. If you watch like basically any HBO show, he's in it. Like they basically just love the man, and they're gonna put him literally in anything. But the reason he has that scar is that he was like a bouncer at a nightclub or something, or he just went to a nightclub, and somebody took out a knife or a piece of glass and just cut him, and then he turned to acting, and he's been doing really fucking good at it. Why are you on my shoe, Omega? Oh, but you look so sweet on my shoe. He was in the Assassin's Creed movie. Will you? You were doing so well. I swear to God, if this mic falls because you're dumb, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, go back to the Red Sea Diving Resort. Do I have to boop you on the nose? I will boop you on the nose. God, get out of here. Okay, anyway, so it also has Haley Bennett, I believe is her name. She, I think, is a phenomenal... Yeah, Haley Bennett. She was the love interest in Hardcore Henry.
Mm-hmm.
And she is probably one of my favorite underrated actresses, actually. But yeah, so basically this is based off of a true story. Fuck off, Best Buy. Just kidding. Love you. Sponsor us. But it's based off of a true story, and basically there are Ethiopian Jewish refugees in Sudan. And if you know... Jewish people and Sudan mix together like peanut butter and pickles. They don't. And so Michael Kenneth Williams is basically, he's of the Jewish faith, and he's trying to rescue these Ethiopian people by bringing them over the border and trying to basically get them to run away and go to Jerusalem. Chris Evans plays a agent for the Israeli government, and he has been helping Michael Kenneth Williams bring people over. And he gets pulled out of the operation. He comes up with a new way to rescue these people, and that is out of the Red Sea Diving Resort. Basically, he goes to his government and is like, I have an idea. There's an abandoned hotel on Sudan that is by the water. So if we could get people to there, we can then get them on boats and get them out of Ethiopia. And the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And so they're like, so you want us to buy a hotel using our money so you could do this? And he's like, yeah, obviously. And they're like, all right, let's do it. And so you'll love this part. They have a montage of getting the crew together. You know, the whole like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. There's a whole moment of that is great. And so they basically go and they set up the hotel. It ends up turning into like a real hotel because they made it too real, and so people just started showing up from like Germany uh, and other places like that to be at this hotel to learn how to like scuba dive and stuff. So they have to like start basically making a fake hotel. Trying to think what else to talk about for this. And so they were just like, hey, you know what? It's a great cover. You know, we actually have people here at this hotel, so we make it look like it's a real hotel while we're actually smuggling people out of the country. So yeah, we'll just. Anytime Chris Evans is on screen, he's either shirtless or working out.
Only recent Chris Evans.
No, I'm saying for this movie.
Oh,
Do you recognize that guy from Haunting of Hill House? It wasn't just a hotel. It was a last resort.
now we go to the serious music.
Oh, I gotta talk about that part. When his luck runs out, who does he fall to? Captain America. So
You having some issues there, bud?
I almost told you just hit escape. So one of the things I wanted to talk about with this movie was there was such a funny fucking part in it that made me laugh really hard while watching it. Um, it was the like the local like militia shows up to the resort and they're like, "Hey, we're just making sure you know you're not doing anything shifty, you know, like smuggling people out, you guys." And and so they were like escorting these the five people from the resort to one of the trucks that they used to actually smuggle the people out, and they were like, "Hey, we had some trucks that ran through a roadblock last night. We're gonna check your trucks for any bullet holes because my guys said that they hit the truck, so we're gonna check the back of your truck." And they're like, "All right, go for it." So the rest of the militia has the five agents at gunpoints, right? You know, AKs, you know, stuff like that. Haley Bennett's character, it cuts to her just standing there with a guy right behind her holding an RPG at her at point blank range. And I was like, what is that gonna do? You're just gonna kamikaze all of us. Like, it was such the funniest scene for me is just to see Haley Bennett with a rocket launcher aimed at her back, and I was just like, what is that gonna do, dude? Like, I know she's probably the
I
most
hate you so much, I'll kill myself.
yeah, she's probably the most dangerous person out of the whole group, but there's another part where one of the agents they don't send any guns with them. So they're strictly like no weapons, no any way to protect. Like the government is basically like, hey, if you get captured, you're on your own.
Yeah.
One of the guys finds a harpoon gun and is like, and so like anytime they see like trucks come, like one of the buses of tourists that they didn't know were showing up, they just saw in the distance, a trail of sand and the vehicle coming, and they go, get on the roof with a spear gun, and I'm just like, you're gonna take out one person and that's it. What's your plan after that? Die. That's your plan.
So you do like the whole like with a bicycle where you put the harpoon right through the wheel so it just like kinks it and then the whole thing just with this.
You know how much that's not gonna work?
Oh, it's gonna work. We're gonna make it work. This is Hollywood.
This
They
is,
can make it
yeah,
work.
this is Hollywood.
This is Hollywood.
But anyway, so back to the serious part of it. So since it's a hotel, they obviously have like keys and stuff, and they have like a sign that says like happily served, and then you could like put up your own numbers. They update the board every time they send a group of the refugees on a boat, and
Yeah.
so I think they get up to like 3,000 before they have to leave, and that's in like less than a year, I believe. So it's a really good story. I actually think Chris Evans made this movie right around like Infinity Wars or Endgame or something, like a way the reason he has the beard. He made it around that time, or maybe this was just made after. I don't know. But anyway, really good movie actually. I fairly enjoyed it. So what are your thoughts?
I mean, it looks good.
Well, that's good to hear.
And it's set in a good time frame for me. Modern day, like not 1905.
Ooh, that's cool looking. God, you sound stupid. There was a really, actually, like I would say, impactful scene. Chris Evans and one of his other people, Sammy, are getting these ladies or these refugees across the river, and they stumble upon a lady who was assaulted and possibly raped, I believe she was. And they took her, of course, with them.
Mm-hmm.
And while they're crossing the seas, like of course the sea is getting, or the river is getting deeper and deeper and deeper, and she just like breaks off from the group, and then she just slowly like drifts away, and